guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about healing the traumatized brain. This is fun. Watch this video. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please click the subscribe button and the bell to receive notifications when I release new videos. And if you've been with me for a while, thank you so much and welcome back. Diving in. So first of all, if you don't already know it, link below. I am opening spots for one-on-one coaching this year. It has been closed for a while because I've been so busy, but I have clients that start to heal and they leave for a while. And before they come back, there are some spots open. So please check that out. Also, there is group coaching and inner work, and I do live calls with my Truth Room membership every single week. So if you'd like to join any of those options, please do. And don't forget, if you've missed the opening of any courses, they are all on demand at a cheaper price. However, the Emotional Rehab Live is still open. Our first call is on Friday. So please check all those links. So back to this. Healing the traumatized brain. What you have to understand is many of the reactions you have, many of the coping mechanisms you have, many of the knee-jerk sort of instincts that you have are not because there's something wrong with you or any label you've been given, to be honest with you. In my experience, it's because you've been traumatized. And if we're thinking this way, we have to see that the brain functions a specific way because of the things that have happened to you, because of the things that you've been through. If you're walking around like most people on the planet that have unhealed trauma, how do you have unhealed trauma and it doesn't affect your brain? It does. In my journey of healing, it's been many years. I've noticed I'm at this point in my life where I was like, wow, as the years have gone, I've noticed things shift in me. People have told me, wow, you're different, you're at peace, you're grounded, your voice changed, all these things. And what I also know is I have access to a lot of insight. You may notice if you watch my videos, this access to insight started happening to me early on, and then it was paused. As I started my healing journey, my deep healing journey in 2010, I started having access to this wisdom again, and it was going deeper and deeper with more and more emotional clarity. And I 100% give that to the fact that I learned how to emotionally heal, but validate my emotions. When we validate our radical, honest feelings, we have this doorway to a deeper understanding. When we get real about how we feel, I've been saying this forever, right? We start to heal. Why is that? So often what I'll find, especially in highly sensitive clients, is they block their feelings. They judge their feelings. If you didn't see my video called Authentic Self, How to Reconnect, please watch that video. It'll be linked somewhere. But when we judge what we feel, we block what we feel, we close off our heart because we're afraid of getting hurt. All of these things block us from our inner guidance. If we're blocking ourselves because of a judgment, we're blocking ourselves from our clarity, from our insight. So a lot of us, especially highly sensitive people, have deeper feelings about things. And what happens is when you learn to regulate and learn to validate, you also have deeper insights due to that deep feeling dimension. So the gift in healing is getting yourself back. But I mean all the aspects of your brain. Your hippocampus starts to heal. Your frontal lobe shifts. We have to understand that we have cortisol in our brain when we go through trauma, and that freezes memories and that freezes access to portals in our brain. So it is mandatory that we learn how to emotionally heal. We have to understand that emotional regulation, it's not about controlling myself. It's a natural thing that happens. You start to regulate emotionally when you start to heal emotionally by validating what you feel, not attaching to the meanings, not having judgments. We block our negative emotion so much of the time because that negative emotion has made us act out and then get in trouble and then get labeled and then get rejected. But the issue with that is when you're a child and you're emotionally having a reaction that isn't allowed, your authentic self isn't being allowed. What we need to do is reparent that emotion and say, oh, I have negative feelings. Where does this come from? It doesn't come from air, guys. Your negative emotions come from something that triggered you because something was off. When I started really regulating and validating my emotions, I realized that the things that happened to me, whether they were validated by others or not, happened to me. I have a video I made like 8 years ago about emotional abandonment. Whether you were abandoned or not, you felt abandoned and then you abandoned ship. One of the biggest issues is when our emotions are rejected, we reject them. We have to stay with them, even if others don't understand. I have one client who's really struggling right now. She's like, no one can understand what I'm going through. I can't understand. And I said, is that true? Can you understand what you went through? And as I guide her through step by step, she does understand what she went through. She refuses to validate that and holds it over here in the shadow because no one else has until now. We wait for these parents and these parental figures and the authority figures to say, oh, I get you. But most of the time, they're not emotionally intelligent and they can't. They're in their own unhealed trauma and they can't. So we have to learn to do it for ourselves and say, I am valid in what happened. I am valid in what I feel. Our brain won't heal until we truly can feel mirrored in our experiences, in our trauma. Get a coach if you need that. But what I'm suggesting is you start to just work with your own emotion if you're able to not go into the trauma, if you're able to not go into this meaning you've attached. What happened so early on with myself and many of you is you felt that negative emotion before that you were shamed for, and then you have the shame. But what if we said you have negative emotion and there's nothing wrong with it? There's nothing wrong with you for having negative emotion. What's probably the case is you had these negative emotions shamed and repressed because the person that created them in you didn't want to take responsibility for what they did to create your emotion. Hear that. Take that in. You need to share your emotions with people that know how to handle them, and most of your parents didn't. Most of society doesn't. Most of the teachers don't. That's why we have spiritual teachers and coaches to help you understand the psychology of your emotion. So if this is you, I understand. And what happens is we have to rehabilitate those emotions. Emotional rehab, I have the course. Shadow work, I have the course. I am worthy, I have the course. They're all open right now, on demand. Emotional rehab is live. But here's what we have to know. We have to know you're not going to learn this stuff in school. You're not going to learn this stuff from the place that created it. When I started having more access to my brain, I always say this out loud, and this will be in my book, I didn't have attention deficit anymore. I didn't have my attention dialed away from my emotions anymore. I had my attention dialed somewhere higher. That's spirit, where I learned to heal. By applying spiritual laws and spiritual science, I healed my brain from the trauma reactions, from the trauma responses, from the traumatic patterns. So first step in doing this is getting radically honest with how you feel, not making it wrong, not pushing it away, not judging it, and not making it mean something about you, right? This is such a topic I'm so passionate about because every time I tell people, oh, your reactions aren't who you are, they're your trauma response, people are like, oh my God, she gets me. Why do I get you? Because it was me. And I did heal my brain back to its original wisdom, back to its original authentic truth. I have access to my authentic self because I don't shut that off anymore. I don't judge that. I don't shame myself for how I feel and how I reacted due to a feeling. When we go to the feeling dimensions, the reactions aren't needed. We react like that to get someone to heal us emotionally, to hear us. And when they invalidate it again, it's compact trauma. It's too much for us. So guys, hear this. Your reactivity and the access you don't have, the clarity you don't have, is not your fault. It's because something happened and it hasn't been resolved. So please write me any comments that you have on this. Please share this video with at least one person you think it could reach. Please let me know how you resonate with this. I want to know from you guys because as I get ready to launch this book, you guys are the reason that I'm doing this. My unhealed inner child was the reason I started this. Now that it's healed, I'm here to heal and help you guys heal yourselves. I love you guys. Please say hi to me over on Instagram. I like to interact with you guys over DM. What else can I say? Have an amazing day. Take this in. Feel the truth that there's nothing wrong with you. Something wrong happened to you. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.